I see a slight problem. It's now totally controlled by the tourists. As they say in marriage, there will be days like this. Then I guess we have the engine moved sufficient forward in the boat. And we can start looking at the mount, the engine bed. We need to clean this engine bed before we do anything else, so let's start with that. To clean this engine bed from old oil, it's actually great to use a bucket of ordinary hot water, ordinary dish soap, and salmiak. Since salmiak produces fumes, one should be quite careful, of course. So, protective glasses, gloves, air filter, and of course, no. I will also use brake cleaner to get rid of some of the fat and old oil that is very difficult to get rid of. Trying it out. Then I'm ready to start sanding the interior, not the interior, but the engine bed. I'm ready to sand the engine bed. Much of the engine bed is now cleaned for old paint and gel coat. I see a slight problem. There has been fiberglass over the gel coat, which does not create a great bond. But I will leave it and I will make a stronger bond above that. So it should be okay. There are some spots I still have to sand with a slightly finer machine like this one. It will take a hell of a lot of time, but oh, sorry for that, it will take a lot of time. I guess it's only minor sanding on this side, the port side, and now we should be done. All right, I decided if I sanded this far, why don't I just sand a little bit more? And suddenly the engine room was about done. That's a good thing. Now we can start really doing some planning. I will cut plywood and fit it to the thickness. I will have another plywood plate outside here to extend the engine bed wide, and then I will glass it all in. we are going to start rebuilding the engine bed. And firstly, we are going to cut some cardboard to the shape of the parts we are going to make in plywood. Now we've made cardboard templates to do the cutting of the plywood. We are extending the engine bed backwards. The backward engine mount will be resting on solid engine bed. Also, we have made a template to rise the top of the engine bed. We made cardboard to strengthen sideways. We will stop the engine from moving too much as it is running. And of course a forward strengthening too. I would say this is quite a lot. It probably way more than necessary. But I'm thinking, why not? And it's also part of the thought for building a chamber around the engine to reduce the noise from the engine. Remember to make openings for fresh air for the engine and for any water that should enter the inside of the hull to reach the bilge. Now we are hopefully ready. We will mirror this to the other side, so we will make 2 complete sets. So we're ready to cut the plywood. So we are heading to the workshop to take a look at the teak that has just arrived and also the plywood that has marine grade quality. Let's take a look at it. Sarah is driving the car so I can relax. I haven't actually mentioned very much where I'm living. Well, this town, maybe city as we like to call it, is called Bergen. It's the second largest in Norway. It's about 1,000 years old, slightly less I guess, but not much less. It's known for the harbor, where we have some sort of old wooden houses from the Hanseatic times around 12 to 1400. It's on the UNESCO World Heritage List. So let's take a look at them. So there we have the fish market. It's now totally controlled by the tourists. There we have it. That's the Bryggen. It's not that exciting, really. It's a lot of old houses, but we like them. Some of the houses are actually being refurbished. That's why there are copies of the front stamped on some plastic. Now this place is called Sandvik, and it's part of the harbor, and also a lot of small cozy houses.
It's like you have worktops in a kitchen, you know.
This is the teak, and it's, as you see, it's not at all sanded or done anything with. And this is part of the old fissure railing. And from this, as a template, we will make new teak railing. And I'm very much looking forward to that. And it was hard to get them here in Norway. It's about a quarter of cubic meter, which I have no idea what is in US metric to imperial, I don't know. It cost about 12,000 Norwegian krona, which should be about 1,200 US dollars. I bought quite a lot of teak to be able to have enough selection to do different structures. This will not fit here, but it might fit here. And also to could be able to use the teak in other places of the boat.
On this plywood is for laminating another vinyl. For example, if you want mahogany or teak, yeah? Because you always have to swap the layers. You cannot have a...
If we like to have teak or mahogany, we could just get some thin layers to glue it on.
Yeah. Wow. But not
So this is the plywood, 15 pieces of high quality class A marine plywood. They look very good. They are 18 millimeters. They are meant to be used for interior purposes, where you want a high grade of dark wood glued on this plate. But of course we will use it also for internal structures. And these are joined by screws that way, right?
No.
On the column arches, I think.
Yeah, but it's I don't think so. This is
Not necessary, maybe. I've been advised against using old plywood instead of new, due to the fact that it is contaminated and may create a less strong bond with the fiberglass. However, I really want to reuse it. I would clean it with the angle grinder first to create a rough surface, and it's very dry. I'm aiming for this to be a success. Oh, tack. this is as far as we got in this video. I made the templates, and from the templates we made the new engine bed setup. I mirrored this side to this side. It doesn't fit exactly, but I will fix that later, no problem. The engine mounts will now stand on solid wood and not hanging in thin air. In this video there was a lot of sanding, and I'm sorry for that. As they say in marriage, there will be days like this. Until next time, I do hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you have, please leave a like, because a like really motivates us when we make this video. Also consider subscribing, as it will mean that you will get notified of the next videos that we are making in this endless project. Until next time, have a nice evening.